We are now minutes away from the highest point in Africa, at the peak of Mount Kilimanjaro. I am completely exhausted. I have never pushed myself so far in my life. Physically, mentally, I have nothing left, and I'm so excited to be able to see what's at the peak and to be able to know that I challenge myself like this.
Today is the day where Benji and I will attempt to summit the highest mountain in Africa and the highest freestanding mountain in the world. Located in Tanzania and standing at an impressive height of 5,895 meters, Mount Kilimanjaro will require us to walk 62 kilometers over 6 days through rainforest, moorland, alpine desert, and Arctic conditions where temperatures can drop below -20. To say I'm nervous is an understatement. To say I'm excited is too. As we prepare to leave today, mentally, physically, we are ready. And I can only tell you one thing. I am very, very excited. We spent the first day in Moshi searching for a suitable tour company. We then needed hiking gear, lots of it. Since we brought almost nothing with us, everything had to be rented for 4 different climates.
Nice shoes. Gotta get it ready, you know? Gotta get hiking boots. Gotta get this rain pants, tents. Here we are packing, getting ready for a 6-day adventure to Kilimanjaro. Just planned it and booked it today. How are you feeling?
Ready, more than ready.
Yeah? We're all set today, hopping in the Land Cruiser, off to start the Machame route. We got Danny. How you feeling? You ready? Everybody's ready? Yeah? Let's get going.
Before we set out, every porter's bag was weighed at the National Park gate, and any excess weight was removed in accordance with Tanzanian law. Each porter can carry a maximum of 20 kilos, which does 2 things. It supports the local community by creating jobs and to maintain a manageable weight for the trek. For our climb, we had 5 porters, 2 guides, and 1 chef. Without porters, making it to the peak would be nearly impossible. These people are nothing short of impeccable athletes and are the real MVPs. Oftentimes walking in torn shoes and ripped jeans and blowing past us every day. As the trek continues, you'll see the crucial role they play in this entire journey.
And here we go, the first steps of Mount Kilimanjaro. The leader, right here. Let's go guys. You feeling good?
I'm feeling fresh for now.
No longer.
We spent our first day hiking within the rainforest. The temperature was hot and we were surrounded by lush, dense, and green vegetation, with an abundance of life surrounding us.
We just left the final part of the rainforest. So we started a bit late today. The hike was supposed to be about 6 hours. We did it in 4, and we are finally at base camp of Machame at 2,300 meters elevation. And this is the tent they got for us. We got our own little dining table, some chairs. Benji's out, 2 sleeping bags, 2 mattresses. It's pretty comfortable and cozy. We got the tent of our porters right here who are actually cooking dinner right now. And there are other people as well that you could see around here. But overall, a wonderful day. This is getting back to the roots.
How clean are you now?
This is so resourceful.
Resourceful, yeah.
Okay, the shower is done. I feel super fresh. The main course has arrived, some potatoes, avocado. What kind of soup do we have, Benji?
The soup, I don't know about it. It's excellent.
That's good, that's good.
Instant soup, I guess.
And the main entree is?
Vegetable sauce.
Vegetable sauce.
Whoop.
Hey, bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
This is our tent. This is the tent of our porters and guides. Not too bad, actually. Very satisfied with what we have. Last night, we both didn't sleep that well. For me, it was the first time being in a tent since I was a kid. We woke up to a nice breakfast from the chef, some eggs and tartine, some tea.
Peanut butter and jam.
Yeah, and today we're heading to where?
Shira 2.
Shira 2.
Camp number 2.
It's a 2,700 meter elevation. It'll take us about 4 hours to get there, and then we'll have lunch, and then we'll be going 100 meters higher to acclimatize to prepare for the following days.
So we go for those steepest spot,
Yeah.
as you can see there. So the campus look like on the left side, on this ridge you see there. It's like we're having like a steepest, gradual, steepest again, like downhill and up.
Okay.
Until we reach the camp.
Awesome.
Yes. So we're going to kill this peak for.
Let's do this.
On our second day, we left the glades of the rainforest and continued ascending through the moorland, crossing little valleys and walking along a steep, rocky ridge. Moorland is a type of habitat characterized by low-growing vegetation on acidic soils. It's a remarkable terrain to hike through.
We are now at the break point, also the viewpoint. Spectacular views of Mount Kilimanjaro and the surrounding area. A lot of the different trekkers and porters have stopped here as well, and it's a really nice atmosphere to be in. We're at about 3,700 meters elevation. The lack of sleep combined with the altitude and hunger and hours and hours of walking has made us pretty tired. Benji got it though.
As we approached our next campsite, we began to see less vegetation as the landscape changed from moorland to alpine desert, all within the same day.
We have now arrived at base camp, Shira number 2, with nearly a 3,800 meter elevation. This is where we'll be parking for the night. And here is our tent with the corner view of the volcano. Not too bad once again. It was a push, but we're here, we made it, our tent set up, the porters, the cooks, everyone else has really done such a terrific job. Our guides were excellent, and yeah, I mean, we couldn't be happier. It's been a beautiful day, and now it's time to eat some lunch and, I don't know, hang out. This is how we shower when we get to camp. Just some hot water, a little bit of soap.
Whatever. Cold wind, so.
After a glorious 2-hour nap in the tent, we are now ascending 100 meters to acclimatize our body to prepare ourselves for what's in store tomorrow, which will be another significant elevation gain that will make it hard to breathe. But that's why we're doing this today.
After a hearty meal and much needed relaxation, we enjoyed spectacular views and a beautiful sunset as we became further disconnected from the outside world.
We're checking the oxygen in the blood and the heart rate. So what does that number read?
Okay, this one
This oxygen.
is your heart rate, and this one is your oxygen. So what we normally think about this one, the oxygen which you have. Also, the heart rate sometimes going up. Like some people, they have more than 120. But in oxygen, don't be less than 16 in this area.
Okay. The moment of truth. Okay. 84.
Good.
85.
Coming up.
Oh, 86. That's a low heart rate.
8 o'clock, we're going to bed.
Where's the party?
6:30 in the morning. We just got our wake-up call. We're both hella tired. Do not want to get out of the sleeping bag. We really don't want to get up today. But it's a bit cold now, and it's gonna be a long day. I guess waking up is worth it when you have this kind of view. This entire hike wouldn't be possible without our porters, our chef, our guides. So here's how it works. Every single morning, 5 of our porters will take everything, including the tents, the sleeping bags, the food, and carry it all the way to the next base camp, where we'll meet them and the tents and all the food will be ready. All right, so today's day 3. Probably one of the most challenging days, if not the most challenging. We're gonna be ascending to nearly 4,900 meter elevation to the lava tower. And all through the 6 to 8 hour hike, we'll be going through desert with heavy sun. And because the air is thinner out here, it's gonna be harder to breathe. We'll be camping out tonight down in another camp, which is 3,900 meters. The important thing that our guide Rejba and Charlie have told us is to go pole pole, which means slowly, very slowly. As you can see, we're moving at a very slow pace, and that's the most important thing. As long as you do that and drink a lot of water, we should be good to make it. Benji, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
As we continued to ascend towards the lava tower, the Alpine desert began to reveal itself in all its glory. Due to the higher elevation, we began to see less vegetation and significantly more rock formations. The temperature began to drop and the visibility worsened.
The first destination of the day is to the lava tower, just up there. That'll be the highest point for today before we start descending to the camp. Air is thin, temperature is below 0. Fatigue is setting in a little bit, but we're still going strong. We have arrived at the lava tower camp at 4,600 meters. This is absolutely incredible. Here's the lava tower. The weather conditions change all the time, and we are very happy to be here right now. Time for lunch. The weather has drastically changed. Snow, rain, freezing cold. It's a little bit more difficult to get down now. We are dressed and ready for the conditions, but it's still difficult. We've been descending for the past hour towards base camp. The scene here is post-apocalyptic. Thunder, snow. There's just absolutely no life here, but it's still incredibly gorgeous. It's a little bit more challenging of a hike, but that's what we signed up for. This looks like Firefest. All right, so our tent is looking fine. No water damage, but it is pouring rain and the conditions are pretty tough right now.
Upon arrival at each campsite, we would wash ourselves with a large bowl of hot water. Once clean, our table was set and dinner was served, usually in 3 courses.
This is how it's done out here. Benji, how was today?
Terrible. The way up was fine, like not easy, but okay. The way down under the rain, then I'm fucked.
All our clothes got wet today. It's a complete mess, so we had to put some strings together and dry it. Got more clothes out here too. We need all this for the next couple of days as it's gonna get really cold.
Today's hike was about 10 kilometers and 6 hours. Combined with the first 2 days, that takes us to about 26 kilometers and 15 hours of hiking. Our bodies feel it. Definitely a tough day. We're about to take a nap and get ready for just the evening and for a day tomorrow.
We just had a briefing with Charlie and Rejba, our 2 guides, who told us that we're actually summiting tomorrow night. We had no idea. We thought we had 2 more days. We're excited but super nervous at the same time. All our clothes are wet from today's rain and snow. I mean, we still have a few different things left, but it's gonna be a challenge. There's this wall that's directly in front of where we're camped that we were looking at saying like, I wonder if somebody could ever climb there, and we're like, there's no way. And he said that's what we're doing today or tomorrow. And so we're pretty terrified of that, but at the same time, you know, nothing good in life is easy, and we're ready for that. So let's get it going. We were woken up at 6 a.m. this morning after what was easily the coldest sleep of my life. I mean, I felt like the tent was wide open, but it wasn't. Our hands were cold. We were wearing triple layers on every part of our body. But it was all worth it when we woke up to this incredible view. There it is, Mount Kilimanjaro. We were seeing the first group begin the Barranco Wall, where they're starting at a lower elevation, and eventually we'll head towards the more scary part, which is up here. Wow.
Shortly after beginning the Barranco Wall, we approached the Kissing Wall. Due to the narrowness and to avoid falling off a steep drop, we had to flatten our bodies against the wall, essentially kissing it.
We have just reached the peak of Barranca Wall, passing through the Kissing Wall and the most difficult parts of that entire experience. And now we are very close. We just got to Karanga camp where we'll be having lunch, and then we got 3 more hours to our base camp where we'll be taking a nap before we summit at midnight. We're now heading on an ascending path to our final camp for the trek before our summit. We're pretty fatigued right now, but we're pushing through. It doesn't help that every 5 minutes the weather changes. 10 minutes ago it was super hot. We had our shirts off. Then now it's a little colder, rainier. But because we're hiking and we have 3 layers, we're pretty hot now. So just constantly changing and evolving temperature. We've been hiking for about 7 hours now. We're very close to our final camp. But I can tell you right now that I'm running on empty, feeling lightheaded. I mean, we're just pushing through right now. Each time I take a step, it's really just my mind doing it because my legs don't want to go. But we'll have about 7 or 8 hours to rest before we start summiting later tonight. But you gotta keep going. How you feeling, Benji?
Can't talk.
It doesn't help when Benji's removing the little oxygen I have with his nasty farts. We are now at Barafu camp. Elevation 4,673 meters. Did it, bro?
Ça va, Ben? Are you live?
Here's where our tent is set up at over 4,600 meters elevation. We're essentially amongst the clouds. It's starting to snow right now, and it's pretty freaking cold. We are now at our camp. 8 hours of hiking today. 10 kilometers ascending to 4,600 and plus meters elevation. Today was easily the most exhausting and challenging day so far. I mean, our legs are absolutely just done. Mentally, we were exhausted. We had headaches as we were walking, and now we're just in our tent. We're about to get ready for dinner, and then we have a few hours of sleep before we head out at midnight for summit, which is going to be another 6 hours in -20 in the dark. And after that, we're hiking for another 6 hours to our base camp. So next day is going to be absolutely crazy. And right now you can see Benji is pretty tired. Feet are probably done. Shout out to Rob in Austria for this Kilimanjaro rainproof, windproof jacket. Gave it to me before I even knew I needed it. First it was the fart, then it was the feet. This guy's absolutely disgusting.
It's natural.
We just got woken up at 11 o'clock at night after less than 3 hours of sleep. My head is pounding. I got a terrible headache, one of the worst I've ever had in my life. Didn't really sleep much. It's getting pretty cold out now. We're wearing like 4 layers each. Benji's doing fine. I think we should be okay for today, but I just took an ibuprofen, took a doliprane, whatever that is. Yeah, we just got our tea, some biscuits, and we have a 6.5 hour hike in the dark starting in about 30 minutes. Anyways, we'll see you there. You got anything to say, Benji?
My feet are frozen. We're waiting for the guides to start the last climb, and my breath is so slow, so short, then it's hard to say anything. Sorry.
It was at this point we realized something wasn't right. We checked Benji's oxygen saturation level, and it dropped to a dangerously low 60. At this level, he should have gone down and received supplemental oxygen, but we were so close, and instead we decided to continue ascending to Uhuru Peak.
We are now beginning our final summit to the peak of Mount Kilimanjaro. We'll be ascending 1,200 meters, about 5 kilometers, but this is not 5 kilometers down the neighborhood. This is up the mountain. It's gonna take us about 6.5 hours. We should be there for sunrise, and we're ready to go.
We continue towards the summit, climbing between 2 massive glaciers, ascending through heavy scree and zigzagging towards Stella Point on the rim's crater. This was easily the most physically and mentally challenging part of the trek, and the hardest thing I've done in my entire life. We were running on almost no sleep, complete exhaustion. We were freezing cold, and the darkness removed our hope of ever arriving. But worst of all was the altitude sickness, which occurs when you cannot get enough oxygen from the air at high altitudes. 77% of people who attempt to climb the mountain experience it, and as a result, only 65% of people reach the summit. Benji and I developed stomach aches, headaches, cramps, and dizziness. As we lost coordination, we began to sway from side to side, and we frequently took short breaks.
We've been hiking since midnight. It's about 6:30 a.m. right now. Our elevation's at 5,400 meters. We are well above the clouds and above the neighboring volcano. We're watching the sunrise. But I can tell you one thing right now. We are literally giving everything we got to make it up there. Benji and I both have pounding headaches. We're both sleeping as we're walking.
The legs are absolutely crushed. There's like nothing left, and we keep asking how much longer because we're just hoping to get to the peak soon. And right down the road, it's very close to the time we'll be there.
As we emerged from the darkness, the magnificent sunrise gave us much needed energy and hope as we witnessed how far we've come and how little we have to go.
Benji, how you feeling?
Do you see inside the Turkish toilet? I feel like a shit like that. I don't know how I'm still working.
We are now minutes away from the highest point in Africa, at the peak of Mount Kilimanjaro. I am completely exhausted. I have never pushed myself so far in my life. Physically, mentally, I have nothing left, and I'm so excited to be able to see what's at the peak and to be able to know that I challenge myself like this. Benji and I were really going through it, really having the worst hike today, but we made it, we pushed ourselves through, and I'm really excited to see what we did it for. We're approaching, finally, the peak of Mount Kilimanjaro. How are you feeling?
I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I can't feel my body anymore.
You push yourself though. You really did.
Quiet because I'm so excited, so exhausted, and this is so beautiful at the same time. It's crazy what we did.
What's up, bro?
Tonight was crazy, man.
We're about 2 minutes away from the final stop, where we will have accomplished our goal. It's 5 days so far. Countless hours of hiking. So many points where we just wanted to stop, and we didn't. And the tests to ourselves have proven that we're able to do so much more than we thought we could. And I'm so grateful to be here. And we finally made it. Wow. That summarizes the last 5 days. We made it, bro. We did it. All that work. Still alive. The moment's here, and I am at the top of Africa, at the highest point of the entire continent, 5,895 meters. This feeling is so surreal. I can't even put it in words. The amount of work that went into just getting to Tanzania and then coming all the way here to Moshi and finding a company that would be suitable and work with us, and then making it here over 5 days. Every day we averaged about 7 hours of hiking, ascending up at least 1,000 meters a day, and here we are. I mean, I'm so happy. I'm so shocked at myself for being able to do this, because I didn't think this is something that was in the ability that I would be able to do, you know? And knowing that I'm able to do this, it makes me think, like, what more can I do? So just want to send a message out to anybody who has a big dream, a big goal, and they're second guessing themselves. You'd really be surprised at how far your body and your mind can take you. Sometimes you just got to put one foot in front of the other, and just like they say in Tanzania, pole pole, which means slowly, and just take it one step at a time. Well, that's it for me. That's it for me and Benji and this entire experience. And I really hope that whoever watches this, do something that is completely out of your comfort zone, because I'm not used to sleeping in tents or like using the washroom outside and not showering and hiking this long. I didn't even think my body was used to this or would be able to get used to this. So if you have a dream or you have a big goal in mind, please just try it out. Take a chance, because after you accomplish that, there's no telling what else you could do. Well, check out the view. Wanted to give a big shout out to Charlie.
Boom, boom, man. We did.
Appreciate it. This is one of the best guides in Tanzania.
Welcome.
Couldn't have done it without you.
Karibu.
Rejba as well, thank you. One of the best guides in Tanzania as well. Without these guys, we wouldn't have been able to accomplish anything.
But you guys, you have a good energy.
Thank you.
You guys won't be here.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Thank you. Kuna Matata.
After enjoying our time at Uhuru Peak, we began the descent, which was almost as challenging as the summit. We didn't eat, didn't rest, and barely had enough water. Benji simply had nothing left to give. Rejba and I had to put him on our shoulders and help him get down. It was so exhausting and it messed up my knees for weeks after. Hours and hours later, we barely made it to our campsite and slept within minutes. The most difficult 24 hours of my life was officially over. The lessons from the mountain are endless. Some are immediately apparent, challenging myself physically, mentally, while others take time to reveal itself. The importance of focusing on each step. The higher you reach, the more you realize your life's fragility, and you develop a profound appreciation for each individual breath, each step, and the resources you have with you. You get into this flow, a sort of trance, this innate walking meditation, where your only goal is to get one step further than where you were before, all the while being surrounded by inexplicable beauty and the feeling of the unknown. Kilimanjaro made me feel alive. It made me feel human. Being up there, away from it all, things become simple again. Move, breathe, eat, sleep, live in the present. That's why we came. It's really that simple.